Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Due to the time differences, one love to you always. So today's program is money management, and I'm going to talk about, you know, um, managing accounts or your account and the usage of credit card because some of us have multiple credit cards. So, hello. So, if you don't learn ways and means to manage it, that's why a lot of people will get themselves into debt. And as always, like music is a good sensory for the mind, body, and soul. So I always play one or two songs. I'm gonna play one song, Enchi, ni Enchi, Sakina. Then we start the discussion. Feel free to join in the discussion. If you want to join, let me know. I'll send you the link. If you want to contribute through comments, by all means do so. We do have people that are living paycheck to paycheck. They can still be able to pay their bills and save money. And I'm going to talk about some of all that. Brother Kwajo Wilson, Akwaba, Apomu Etisen, Sister Amma Menthio, Dende, my motivational critical thinker, creative, and Black beauty. Sister Amma Menthio, welcome. You got me live today. Yes, 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 yes. So, you know me. I need to wake up because, like, today, the minute I was about to start, I have, duty call when you were a parent. And then I came back and Facebook was like, when you schedule something and you don't go on live within 10 minutes after, they will automatically delete it. So I have to set everything over again. Anyhow, let's play one song and then we start the discussion. Sister Amma, I hope you're ready. Hey, Brother Nanayao, B Mensa, my junior brother, you, sit there. Wode ogbon de n'aka ho ɛnyɛ paa tirimude wopɛ tirimude nti ɛna wode sɛ wode fie din asɔ so no, but that's the good thing. Sister Miss Sister Missy amwakwa fedua obviously my promote is saying maba dia mo nhyɛ mo dancing shoe one song, then we discuss money management. Listen, I've been through, I have pulled through, and we're going to discuss it. So I need something to wake me up. Music is a good sensory for the mind, body, and soul. If you would like me to say hello, please do not hesitate. Say hi, and I'll say hi. But I welcome everyone. Invite friends for me. All right. I'm trying to see if I can see myself now. Before I was sitting here, didn't know I was talking to myself. All right. So here we go. Today I changed my position because kids watching TV. Juice Prato, Juice Prat. Don't call me, don't call me, don't call me, don't call me. Yeah. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Ile. Salam alaikum. Sakina. Hey. But life is too precious to waste, though, Charlie. Mommy, show me that chakra. You be with Sienna. You see, Juice Plateau. Out Sakina, Wakama Jenny, Aji Sakina, Otoko, Lekumio, Gasmi Sim Sankra, say Jaimi more. I saw with a face, I'm a Rawana Media, Mita and now, and she ain't the giant. Seminyam Premier, I can't be so man, Midam Jenny.
Uncle say Odo, what up pepper na mewo. Uncle say Odo, what up pepper na mewo.
Hey, two splats is working on. Hey. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Ewu Musa Sikanye, Pachia Diafa, Sikanye Dine, Aslowa Down Yamio, so what your boom, if it's a table series now, didn't I your dog one, it is so old, yeah. How will you might be a come to you? No call ya, I will pay me, they must walk, and well, I will go to you to say their craft. What's up with anything? You are there, come to I'll call ya. For the me to you. Sekira, Sekira, hey, Sekira, Sekira, I love it. The part I can joke with it, it's coming.
I really care. We are care. Let's see you show. You're the best in the woman. I can say you won't matter. You never did it beside the purpose of my whole life. You won't find the same. You better try to job to see your devil. Metro. I'm not going to do it. We don't get success. I'm not going to do it. And I will have it. I support it all. The direct carry our people. I guess and I would die from court. I was about to go up in the wood of those guys. And that.
This class is working. I have to control myself. Salam alaikum. I have to start this in Jonas, yeah. Salam alaikum. Sistama, the self-control. I think that this song was the wrong choice to start the program with, but I was feeling it. Hey, Charlie. Don't be small thing. Mami more me jingles, right? Me jingles. Mami more me jingles. Me find Jimmy Dean. No crack. Sama. Manu won't make it this morning. I don't know why I did that.
All you have to do is to give her your listening ears. She's going to bisect, trisect, dissect, and even eat us the words.
Brother Brian in a nune
I am going.
So turn that on this way. I have to bring this to the right position. We're going to our regular known position.
No size. Oh yeah,
Oh, brother Brian, Usuye Kikim, Ankasa. Now, brother, are you Your friend is saying, sorry, your friend is saying, brother Ankra, a question. So, Eddie, Onunso, dear, I can't between the two of them. I'm creating masterpiece for me, so I have to show my appreciation. When it comes to management, now some of us are really poor with that. Some of us, we like to shop with our clothing and accessories and so many other things that at times we do not have a need of it. When you are a woman or a man or a young woman, like a young man, and whosoever who works, right? And you start getting the paycheck. Some of us, we don't know what to do. We know we have bills, but we have other accessories and some electronics that we want to get. I mean, some of us will save money within the year to buy ourselves a birthday gift. And I love buying myself a birthday gift. My husband will get me what he likes to get for me. Majority, I would say 95% of the time are things that I want, because at times we would have conversation here and there, and we will talk about things that we like to have that we don't have and stuff like that, and we will have multiple conversation throughout the year. So he will figure out the ones that I talk about the most. And when that happens, like my birthday comes or Christmas, and bam, there it is. Surprise! And that's the most beautiful feeling ever. And then, for me, like if there is a new electronics that I'm really love to have, and I will save my own money to buy it, because if I know that is a bit too much, I'm not going to put that stress or strain on my husband. I don't even talk about it with him, because I want to treat myself. It's good to treat yourself every once in a blue moon. For like last 2 years, yeah, I got me my own laptop. Even though I have one before, I kick it to the curb, and then I got what I wanted, and I am happy with it. And that's how it should be. I remember when I first worked, my first paycheck, I was a teenager. I wasn't thinking about saving money. No way. I was more focused on getting me some new, nice capri shorts, tank tops, show your stomach and all that. Today, I don't buy no show your stomach. So, each and every one of us have our own ideas, what it is that we want to do, what it is we want to buy. And that's how life is. I mean, some of us work really hard, others so, and others are lazy. But like when you work hard for your money, it's so important. Or when you work in general, it's important for you to learn to manage your money well. And there are some general tips that I'm going to share. I would say 99% of them I have used and it worked. Because I will tell you, over 10 years ago, I was living on paycheck to paycheck. And it was, Brother Jojo will say, I'm telling you, Juice Plus. You guys don't get me to start with Juice Plus, okay? But we can talk about it a little bit later on, because it falls into spending your money. Because when you do buy Juice Plus, I'm telling you, that investment is worth it. It's worth it. Sister Amma would tell you, Sister Missy would tell you, and a whole others. You have Brother Jojo Wilson, who's talking about Juice Plus in action. I'm telling you, If you guys give me the whole day to just play music, any type of music, and then I would dance. I kid you not, I would dance throughout without having to sit. I would drink water in between because that's just me. I love to like, dancing is something that I love to do. Too much energy from juice class. You guys are too much. So over 10 years ago, I was living from paycheck to paycheck, and it was not easy. I wasn't able to save money at all because once I get my paycheck, rent, and light bill, cell phone, gas for my car, paying car insurance, it was, and then paying the car because I financed my car. I didn't have the money straight up to buy the car up front. So like there was so many bills coming on different week. It was like practically almost every week I was paying something. And I was getting paid bi-weekly because some of you get paid on a weekly basis. Some get paid bi-weekly, and some like within the month, every month. And others, I don't know how it works. But it was so difficult for me to keep money in the account. And it was like every week I'm going to my account, ATM machine, withdrawing money. And there are some banks in America, like the more money you withdraw within the month, they charge you fees for withdrawing a certain amount, like more than 3 times within the month, in using your own money because you needed the money. And it's ridiculous. So the best way to go about it is make sure you go to the teller and you withdraw the amount that you will need within the 2 weeks before you get paid. If you get paid by weekly or a month, or within 3 weeks for you to utilize that money. So, and then before I was paying my bill by mail, which sometimes they will get it later, and then I get hit with finance charges, which is $35 per every late payment. So let's just say I have 2 to 3 of my paycheck, 2 to 3 of my bill, right? My payment that was late. It will cost me $105. For you guys who use pounds and euros and stuff, please calculate it because I did not do homework on that, so I will not be able to tell you exactly how much I'm talking about. So it will cost me $105 if I have 3 payments that the bank or the credit card company or my car finances company receive. That's how much it's going to. And I found myself paying unnecessary money to people who are not working for me. Why should I give my money for free? Because everything that I get for myself is not for free. So I spoke about this book. I bought a book. It's titled Debt Cure. And the guy, I forgot his name, he had written many other books, but buying the first one, that was enough for me. Openyi ochi my nie. Welcome, Openyi ochi. Apomu etisane. So like Sister Amma said, hand to mouth living is an awful trap. Hey. Sister Amma, it's crazy. I was in it for some time, and you so right. But we have ways to like change that setting. That setting cannot be conditioned. You cannot condition yourself to live hand to hand mouth. There are many options. It's either you can do that hand-to-hand math job while you take some courses. Yesterday, Sister Amma did a program with Sister Felicia, and she talked about her establishment, her accomplishment, and the struggles that she has to experience before she was able to overcome that. It was not easy, but she pushed herself. She did not stop for once, even though people who are closer to her, was trying to like tear her down, like, because so many issues happening. Why don't you just stop? And you can't. You have to go for what you want. When you are passionate about something, you go for what you want. So if you want to change your certain condition, education, 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 education. The more you upgrade yourself, the pay is going to increase. Doing your job to your best ability, getting promotion within the job that you work at, that also will put extra money in your account. In US, most people that live in US and other countries, you do tax return at the end of the year. And the tax return, what happens is that within the year, some people claim 1, some people claim 2, some people claim 0. And depending the amount that you allow in Uncle Sam, the government, we call them Uncle Sam, to take out of your account, your check, that's going to kind of either add or take away at the end of the year. We do have some people at the end of the year, when they file for income tax, they own the government money. I have been there because when I lost my job, I closed out, I cashed out my 401k early because I I don't even know the word to use. I had no other option at the time, and I had bills to pay. So I needed to, start somewhere. But I have started over, so I'm good for now. I'm good for now. So when I cashed it out early, because it wasn't the time for me to retire, the state and the federal charged me. Federal took their tax out of the amount that I have accumulated to, and then the state, they don't take the tax. They have the percentage that they're going to take, but they will have you take whatever money that you have, spend it at the end of the year when you file for income tax. Then they come and take their cake. I did not think ahead of time. I should have saved that money on the side, but because, when you have extra money, what you tend to do, you spend it, you send because you have money. But keep in mind, if you have money saved and you're not working and adding some on and you're taking them out, they're going to decrease. The more you take out, the less money that you have remaining. Brother Nana, said, since coronavirus, the money is saving itself. Why? It is not going anywhere. For sure, because now a lot of people don't have anywhere to go besides shopping online, and most people don't like to shop online. Brother Joe Kinsley, Apomu Etisane, I hope say yes, I do. And then sure, only a bushia for Obia again, Mima Obia Paba. Brother Joe Kinsley say, good morning, and happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath to you as well. I thank God for your energy. I thank God for my energy, and I thank God that you were able to make it here. God richly bless you. Amen. Amen. And God richly bless you as well. I appreciate that. Sam, you with the virus, the virus is a saving machine. Most definitely. I mean, I have not shopped for any clothing for some time, because the place I like to go, I have not gone there because of Sister Korokoro and answer Brother Korokoro. I don't know which one it is. Sister Mrs. Z. It is so hard to save money on 40 hours. paycheck due to bills and expenses. Most people need second job to be able to save. Hey, sis, yeah, someone. So like, let me go back. Living on paycheck to paycheck. I was doing one job, and I'm going back because of what Sister Missy said. Living on paycheck to paycheck, one income is not easy. At least I have my husband, so between the two of us, we have two income. So that was helpful. But if you are on your own and you only have one income, saving money and paying bills, it was impossible. So what I did was I promised myself, like, in every check, I will save at least $250 every month. That's what I said to myself. I'm going to start with that. At first, I was thinking about $100 every month because I didn't want to set myself up for a failure. But then I was like, you know what? That's going to cause me to fail myself. So I have to do $250 a month. And whichever way that I'm spending certain money, I have to look at some of the money areas I'm spending money, where I can cut down the expenses and where I can add on. So whichever one that I'm doing, I have to figure out the best strategic way to do so. We need to live in financial liberty. Sister Amma. Say that again. So I made a list of all my bills. I literally made a list of it. And when I made the list of it, I realized that there was 1 week that every single day I was paying bills. And I was like, oh, hell to no, that's not happening. But before, I didn't see it. I did not see it. And I have 3 weeks of the month, whereas I was paying bills. There was 1 week that I had a relief, but because I was paying bill after bill after bill, there was 1 week I was paying bill within the 7 days. And I was like, So what I did, I put all my the credit cards that I have, I list all of them. And then I went back before, when I applied for credit card, types of credit card, we'll talk about it. When I apply for credit card, I just apply for anything because, the consumers, they will send you credit cards application home to your house. You see it, like, ooh, $3,000. Let me sign it, and you fill it out, and they will like pop, and you can even call on the phone, and within less than 10 minutes, you have a new credit card. You have approval for $2,500, for $3,000. And I was like, time to go and shop. So I list all of them, and then I start looking at the finance charges. At the time, I had like 18 credit cards. Listen, guys, I didn't know what I was doing. I have 18 different credit cards. And out of the 18 different credit cards, 14 of the credit card, the finance charges on them was 25 to 29.99%. I looked at them and I didn't know what that meant. So I went and Googled, and my mouth dropped. And I was like, what the? Seriously? So, and I was paying the minimum amount. Can you imagine that? The minimum amount. So if I have a credit limit of $2,000 and the company, I started using it, and the credit card company have me paying $25. When I paid that $25, like, right, 30% out of 100% is what? It's almost 1/4 out of that, right? So if I pay $25 now, they take almost 1/4 percentage out of the $25. And if I pay the bill late, they add $35. So it goes over the $25 minimum amount that you paying. So you end up owning the credit card because they have taken their percentage out. So the $25 that you paid, guess what? It did not do anything. You just ended up paying extra into the money that you already own. I didn't know that at first. So those credit card companies, they made a lot of money out of me. So I was like, okay, now this is not happening. So I have to figure out of the 14, the 4 left. The finance charges on it, 2 of them were like 16%, which is good. It would be nice if it was like 13% or 9%, but 16, that is way better. And then there was one that was 13%. And then I have the last one that I have was less than 10%. So what I did after reading Debt Cure, there was some tips given that when you have a credit card at hand and you spend money and you pay your bills on time for straight 6 months, what you can do, you can call the credit card company and bargain with them. Ask them if they have promotions. Look for promotion periods. So when you look for promotion periods, what happens is that at time they will give you a certain amount of money to help you pay any debt that you're struggling with. And they will give you within 12 months to 21 months, a year to almost 2 years for you to pay them that money back. If you are not able to pay the loan that they gave you, then they will start charging finance charges, but they will take 3 to 5% of it, finance charge of it. Me, I'll take it because I already have my plan. I'm going to make sure I paid off that money before the promotional date ends. A lot of people cannot do that. If you cannot pay it off, or if you cannot pay more than you need to pay before the promotional period ends, please, I beg, do not take. So the credit card that has less than 10% on, I call them and I tell them, I had a mechanic, me free or me catch or say, me wa credit card be to say the finance charges no high. Na credit card no a good credit card. Me pese me turn nneoma baby. De ye nneoma wo fie. Na sika wo my account no esua. Mintimi mfa nsa entoto saa nneoma no. Enti mihia sika kakra medi betua eka eda manim no se ne ebe ya metimi ayusu omo credit card no bebre. Credit card company no kasa asem na no mo ya bete. Esa so mo feel say, hey, customer we die yenya no, the more she will spend, she will not be able to pay. Enti no mo ma meska eka ba kwa na me de na almost 4,000, almost 2,005. I took it. That's fine. And my mom was set a sika take every account every month, a certain amount of money. Me calculate, to the point they say 18 months no the mom and within that maybe my jina honum and I'm call 13% in so finance charge no the same as some I'm catch because sometimes you have to use this and almost each year the balance of 1,000 and a couple changes into not one credit card might clear the whole amount of money between 2 credit cards. And it says even though upon the other credit card national, there is no finance charges for me to pay. And one says sika me de betum no mbeti free so omun take 1 penny off it. Ekopim said 18 months and 15 months no the mama no I make sure say I was always putting something into those two cards to paid it off in time. They say, "Oh, relieving me of one stress of higher percent, higher finance charges from the other credit card." And then I look at all the other credit card and I kind of balance it out. Once I dealt with one, I went to the other. But I started off, when I first started, I was paying off the credit card that I owe more money. But according to Debt Cure, the book, when you're paying off your debt, you start with the smallest amount. You take it out. Because when you start with the biggest one, what's happening is that you're not paying attention to the smaller one because you think that it's easy for you to pay. So you're paying the minimum, not knowing that at times when you lose track of it now, more money is being added on because your late payment and everything, not catching up with that, that's going to put you in more debt. So you always start with the smallest debt and then you climb yourself up. You can get rid of multiple credit cards by paying off from the smallest to the biggest. That's how, a lot of people, do that. You see a lot of people with many credit cards and you wonder how they are able to manage it. For me right now, my credit card cut down to 13. I have 13. Yeah, I have 13 because I had to close some of them. And closing your credit card, it affects your credit score because a lot of us don't realize when you close it, your credit history will drop. Your credit history is, how long you have had the credit card for. So let's just say you have 2 credit cards that you canceled, that you have had it for 10 years. You have taken some of your power away because what's happening, the new credit card that you have for other consumers, you haven't had the credit card for a long time. So they don't know, they do not know if they can trust you to give you their credit card. So the longer the years, the more advantage that you have for other creditors, good creditors, to give you a good credit card with up to $10,000 credit limit. So you have to always have a plan ahead. And when you call your credit card company, always ask for promo. Sometimes you may talk to 3-4 people, they will not give you, they'll be like, "Oh, we don't have any promo," because they know that a lot of their customers are wising up. So when people are asking for promo, some customer representative, they come to work pissed because they did not get no soccer pim the night before. So they pissed. They're not in a good mood. So when you ask them, like, "No, right now we don't have any promo going on, but we have this credit card and this is the finance charges on it. If you want that, I can," you don't see them, but you can tell from their voice, they have an attitude. Like, "I'm doing my head and stuff like that." You have some customer service representative. When you go to the store or sales representative, you asking them, they'll be like, "Well, I don't know. I don't work in that department." So if you want someone to help you in that department, you have to go around that area and then you make it right and you look for someone. Seriously, you work in the freaking same store. Customer service means when you see a customer comes in, as to whether you work in that department or not, you need to drop everything that you're doing because customers are always right and you have to treat customers a good way, whereas they will come back to the store. So you'd be like, "Oh, may I help you, ma'am? May I help you, miss?" Because a lot of people don't like to be called ma'am. "May I help you, miss? What are you looking for?" "Oh, all right. I don't work in that department, but let me bring you to the area and find you another customer service representative that works in that department. But when you finish over there in my department, you know, this is the stuff that I'm in charge with. We have children's shoes, we have children clothing, we have some of them that just came in a week ago. So we'll be able to help you if you need something for your children, for your nieces, for your nephews. You know, you can come to me and I'll be able to help you with bargains and all that. That's how you talk to people. You don't talk to people with attitude and, you know, telling people where to go. Make a right over there when you get to the end, and then you make a left. Charlie. Anyhow, going back to managing your money, because when you go shopping, all that expenses is also adding up. And then once I call the credit cards and I ask some credit cards to pay off some of my debt, you know, it kind of relieved me of some of the high finance charges on the credit card. So I just target the high finance charges credit card, and I started using those credit cards less. I wasn't using too much that I know I will not be able to pay, because some of us, when we have credit card, because I asked the woof right there, it's like you borrowing money, you don't have to pay right away. So people just swipe. It does add up. So we have to be mindful of that. I want to give you some other information, because, you know, sometimes when I'm talking about certain things and that, I want to be able to give some. Okay, so with your financial grocery, like, you have deferred interest. And when you have deferred interest, according to the consumer, this is the interest that occurs during the promotional period, with a no interest if paid in full within the promotional period. You remember I was talking about it earlier. Special finances option. This interest is added to your account if you do not pay off your promotional balance within the agreed to 6, 12, 18, or 25 months promotional period. To avoid paying the accrued interest, the entire promotional purchase balance must be paid in full. I experienced this. My kids, you know, they wear glasses, and when I brought both of them in a short period of time, they needed new prescription, and each prescription was like almost $1,000. And I was like, man, so I have to get a credit card. And then they gave me 12 months, which is a year, to pay for it. And I said, go ahead, that's fine. And then 3 months later, my daughter, and then I was like, that's fine. So already I own over $1,000, almost $2,000. And when I started paying, I did not realize, like, you know, even though they overlap, what happens is that when you buy things and they overlap, at times you miss the promotional period. And then I had to go get my prescription, and my prescription and the new glasses that I had was over $1,000. I had to pay $1,100 because I got the transitional glasses. So now I'm already owning $3,000 in one credit card. Within less than 2 months, I owned over $3,000, and I started paying. But what I did not realize, because the month has overlapped, what happens is that I thought the money I was putting in, they're going to take it off from the first promotional. No, they're taking it for all three of them. So paying $100 towards it, you know, or $150 or $200, you know, they were dividing the amount of money into the three purchase. I did not know that. So my younger sister, Crisscross Mensa, asked me to download the credit card, you know, Care credit card. And I did. And as I downloaded, I realized in February, this past February, they went and they charged me $294. And then in March, they charged me $300. And I was like, wait a minute, I did not make any purchases on this month. So I went back and looked, and the fact that I was not able to pay off 2 of the promotional purchases because I wasn't able to pay for it, they charged me the accrued interest. And not only that, they charged me $24 plus to for not being able to pay. So like I was like, oh no, this is going to be the first and the last time they're going to make money out of me. So when I filed for my income tax, when the money came, you best believe I went and paid 1,500 to be taken off. The lady was like, oh, which one? I was like, okay, I need you to take it off. This one, this one, this one. So 3 of them, I paid it off before June because I didn't want no more nonsense. I had the money. Instead of putting it in my bank account, I said, no, that's not happening. And then you have equal monthly payments. With the equal monthly payments, paying an equal amount each month throughout the promotional periods allow you to pay off your balance within the promotional period. The equal monthly payment amount may be higher than the minimum required monthly payment shown on your billing statement. Very true. Like I have some credit cards, like they asking me to pay $25, but I'm paying $50, $75, or $100 a month. If I can cut off some expenses from like how much gas I put on in my car to make sure, so okay, I'm putting $40 in my car to fill up my tank. Once I fill up my tank, where are the areas that I'm going to travel to if I need to go anywhere? If I need to make long distance, now I need to put extra $20 on the side, so I cannot put extra money into one of my cards. I have to save that if just because I need gas. So sometimes you just have to balance out. Finance charges. This is something that I've been talking about. The finance charges, this is an interest fee charged on resolving credit accounts. Finance charges are calculated using the APR and the balance. And some people do not know that, so they do not pay any attention to it. And that's why they get themselves in trouble. The promotional period is a predetermined set period of time during which special finance terms apply to your credit card accounts. Example, as I said, up to 24 months, which is up to 2 years, because some credit cards are really considerate. But if you do not pay within the month, best believe they're going to get you. They're going to make a lot of money out of you. Before you know it, you pay them double the amount that you owe them, or in some cases triple the amount that you owe them. That's what's up. Resolving credit line. Okay, an agreement by a bank to lend a specific amount to a borrower and to allow that amount to be borrowed again once it has been repaid. A credit card typically has resolving credit line. So it's like, when you have certain amounts that you own, you go to your bank, because some banks, they will give you a loan to relieve you of your debt. And some of them, but the agreement now you always have to read the fine lines. The little tiny written that they put in the back of any statement, you have to read them. Don't ignore it. Get a magnifying glasses and read them, because that's where everything is at. They know that Black people, African people, we don't read all those fine lines. We only reading the big ones. Nah, For me, when I get my statement now, everything is electronic. But the ones that I get, I always make sure that I do that. And also downloading the app into it. Some of this information I'm sharing is I got it from Care Credit, because that's the credit card I use to get my prescription glasses and my children's prescription glasses. And they give you all the knowledge that you need. They have knowledge center. So if you don't know much, you can always go back and find them, and make sure when you find them, you reading the fine lines. Don't skip it. And then they have special financing. When with the special financing is promotional finances, financing offers that we extend to new and existing card holders, subject to credit approval. Promotional finances options are not available at all retail locations that accept credit care, and standard account terms will apply to such purchase. So when you have certain credit cards, you need to make sure where it's accepted, where it's not accepted. It's not every credit card you can use it anywhere that you want to go. So make sure that some people don't know that there are some credit cards you use it at this store, you won't get any finance charges put on it. But you do use it in a different store that you're not supposed to, you're going to be hit hard. So stay focused. Make sure that you acquire knowledge before you apply for any credit card and all that stuff. They also have standard terms. The standard terms is with the credit care, and it's different or similar with other credit cards. So make sure whichever credit card that you have, you get the information about them, your banks, you Google, you download them, you get information about how their credit cards work, secure credit card, unsecure credit card, there's a whole lot, the type of credit card. So the standard terms, for the standard term for Care Credit is for smaller purchases that are under 200. Use your credit for like many times, some of the things that we do not think about, it can end up hurting us. Okay, like for example, when you use things, like teeth whiten, products, when you buy them, co-payments, skin care products, or pet care supplies at enrolled providers, when you purchase this under $200 are not eligible for special finances. You see, so when you buy things that cost a certain amount, you cannot have it on a promotional financing offer, right? You can't have it for special financing. So you have to buy more than 200 in order to do so. These people, they always have something that will get you. My nephew, he's calling me. I don't know if he knows I'm doing programs. So okay, so now I'm going to move to managing your account. I'm going to give you some details using your credit card wisely and the general tips. All right. So general tips to manage credit card debt. If you're one of those people, when you use credit card, and you have accumulated so much that you overwhelmed with, like most credit cards, you must make your monthly payments on time. No late payments, please. And if you miss payment, you will incur a late fee. The late fee, when it's $35 in US. Most credit cards, they charge you late fee $35. And somebody may say $35 is nothing. It adds up. So we just need to make sure that we know exactly what we're doing. It is essential that you make your minimum monthly payment on time and pay off your balance by the end of the promotional period. Paying on time, making your payment. Make sure you pay your required minimum monthly payment on time. Like, they hitting on paying the requirement minimum. For me, I disregard that. I pay more than my requirement minimum, because if I have extra money that's sitting in the bank and the bank is using my money to do business, I'd rather use extra money to pay whatever bill that I have ahead of me, because it's good to pay the requirement minimum amount, because at least you're not incurring any extra money on your account. But you have to keep in mind, if you're paying $25, it's not $25 that's going to come out of your account. They're going to take their finance charges. But if it's the promo, they're going to take off the $25. So you have to understand the difference. If you have promo period, or if you don't have promo period. If you have promo period, you pay $25. The whole $25 is going to be deducted from your balance. If you are not in a promotional period, that $25, they're going to take out their finance charges, and then they apply the remaining amount to your balance. So you got to figure out which one is which. Now, a lot of people do not know that. Then they have pay more than the minimum. That's the one I was talking about. I always pay more than I'm supposed to pay. I'm required to pay. It's so important when you pay extra money into your debt, because you are able to pay off in time, or to pay them off without giving the credit card too much of your money. All right. If you just pay the minimum, it may take a longer period, a longer time to pay off your debt, and you may pay lots of interest. Yeah, the interest that they put on, by the time you're done, you pay half. You pay like the same amount of money you own them. That's why, like, you have some credit card company, they give their credit card to a lot of like minorities, because they know, say, a lot of minorities, we like to spend, but we have a harder time paying for it, because we don't think far ahead. We don't invest. Every time we borrowing. Yeah, before Africa for ye pay atoto ehia ye pay show off into no ye nya credit card na ye de to credit company for no munim say ye ndi free bonto ye ni je ho pa ye be swipe e ba se ye twa ka na akoye asam foforo into no we have to make sure that always make sure, if you cannot afford it, stay in your lane, pay the minimum amount on time. If you have extra money saved on the side, pay more than the minimum amount. That will shorten the time that you need to pay it off. Look for promotional period credit card in order for you to have finance charges relief. Paying your balance in full every month. That one, a lot of people don't know how to do it. Like paying your paying your balance in full every month. And they say you can identify one of your credit card that have low interest, or if you have high interest now, you spend up to $200. $200, you know, by the end of the month, you will have that $200 and paid it off. But keep in mind, if it's not within promotional, you're going to pay a little bit extra over $200. So make sure you have saved at least $220 on the side, and then you just paid it off. So you spend and then you paid it off by the end of the month. So you don't incur any extra money on your credit card. That's how it works. And then you also have to, this is some of the things, ways that you can use your credit card wisely. Maintain a low debt to income ratio. So it's like, make sure you only take on debt you can repay. If you asking for a loan, or you taking some, you spending you using your credit card for stuff, make sure that the amount of money that you spending, you can pay back. If you can pay back and it's gonna add on plus the ones that you have incur, you're in big trouble. It's good to build a good credit card. This way, if you want to buy a house, you have good credit. The consumers, you know, they will check your credit, you know, your paying history and all that. So you need to be mindful. Don't say, okay, I'm gonna own them, I'm not gonna be paying, and every time your debt is being given to debt collectors, it will put the regulatory mark on your credit card, and that will affect your credit score. Yeah. So like if your level of debt gets too high, it can affect your credit ratings. Lenders often look at the ratio of your overall debt to your income to see if you can pay your bills and still borrow. So they look at all that, you know. That's something that a lot of people don't even think about it. And it's really difficult. Like if you're not mindful, believe in me, you're going to pay for it. You are going to be paying for it. So let me see. Credit history. Like when you see yourself like credit payment 99%, you know you're doing really good, because your payment history 99% now, you know, say you good, right? And it has a high impact on your credit score. On-time payment history. So keep that in mind. When you have collections and public records, that also have a high impact on your credit score. Remember, lenders, before they give you money, they always going to check. And if you have collection, debt collectors like calling you, they're going to see it because they have your social security. They pop it in and they're going to find it. So like, you know, tips for that. If you haven't already set tips, you know, if you haven't already done this, set up automatic payment. I have 99% of my bills set up auto pay. I only have one credit card that I don't have it set up auto pay. And the reason why that I don't have it set up auto pay is because I tend to I tend to pay different amount of money every month. When I have extra money, I'll pay extra. But the others, I have set a certain amount of money that they can take out, because I can't go beyond, I can't go above or below. So with those amount of money, I'm comfortable with it, and I know that I will still be able to save money. I'll go back to the paycheck to paycheck. I haven't forgotten. I just want to put certain things in there. Auto pay could help prevent accounts from becoming past due and possibly going into collections. So, you know, that's something that is helpful for all of us, because when it comes to the credit bureaus, they don't play at all. And then you also have to focus on how you use your credit, balancing your credit, okay? Because that also have a high impact on it. Sister Amaman saying lenders look at many things. Oh my goodness. Like I did not realize that until I started I started educating myself, Googling, you know, acquiring information and making a list of things. I have my exercise book that I have like notes and stuff, because I need all that. It's crazy. Sometimes the things that you think they will not look for, bam, and before you know it, you can't do anything. You can't get no money and you are desperate. That's why some people go to other places and they will take a loan. The loan they took, it's a small amount of money, but the finance charge is high because of your bad credit. Use it the way you don't use your credit card wisely. So like, make sure the balance are healthy, in a healthy range. Okay, now like I have Credit Karma, and Credit Karma will give you, it's free. You can have, it's free. You don't pay them a penny. They will give you your credit score. If it's fair, if it's poor, between poor and excellent, right? Now, if you use your credit card between 75% plus and up, you in the red. So that's like ting, 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 a no zone. If you are in between 50 to 74%, you in an orange zone. Hi. Like you still not in the clear. Take yourself out of the red and the orange zone. Now you come to 30% to 49%, and I get this from Credit Karma because they tell you when within your balance, they tell you the balance, if you are within the healthy range or not, they tell you. So 30 to 49%, that's fair. You in the yellow, it's okay if you're managing it, but it will be good for you to push yourself further, to kind of like get a better credit score. So you work so hard, you bring yourself to 10 to 29%, right? That will put you in a nice green, like lime green, I should say, lime green. That is like you have good credit card, you have good credit score. That's like awesome sauce. And then if you are able to push yourself from 0 to 9%, oh my gosh, you in an excellent, the green, money. You are in an excellent position. Like, hey, you go to lenders that they see your credit score, and Charlie, they will give you as much. Like Credit Care. One day I was just playing. I put in increase in my credit, and my sister Crisscross was like, "Oh, just put any amount." I was like, "Yeah, right. That's not going to happen." I put in 10 grand, less than 2 minutes. I see, your request has been approved. And I was like, say what? I should have asked for more. You see? African woman. I was like, I should have asked for more. I did not know that they were going to approve it for me. And I was like, holy cow, this is awesome. They approved $10,000 in the spot, less than 2 minutes. Like, I was dumbfounded. I got up and I went to my husband. I was like, hey, look. They approve it. And this credit card I have spent, because of the prescription glasses, I had spent like 75% of the amount that they gave me. So I was almost in the red zone, like, for that card, I was in the red zone. So they approved the 10 grand. It just dropped me to 10 to 29% zone, which is the lime green. I was like, phew, this is like awesome, but I was not expecting to get it. So like, balancing your credit usage in the healthy range, that also have a high impact in your credit score, because if you lower your balance to a certain amount of your utilization, rating will move, like it will always like will move down, further down. So it's very important. Your credit history looks pretty. Your credit history also give the credit bureau like the type of customer that you are. You guys remember earlier I was talking about how long you have the credit card. If you have a credit card that has been over 10 years and you own a lot of money, I will advise you to find ways like using other credit cards with the finance charges low to pay off that credit card, and do not close that credit card, because the 10 years that you have used it, if you open up a new account this year, that 10 years will balance it out because you have had it for long years. So some people, when they cancel their card, they tend to cancel the one they have the longest, which is like really bad, because then you're just telling the lenders and the consumers that you cannot be trusted. You can't hold on to a card. Your credit history is like, and I did that when I closed out some of my account. At the time, I did not know all this information. So I misused the card. It was really bad. I owe so much money, so I had to give it to debt consolidation. So when you consolidate some of your card, you have to automatically close it. And I did not realize that the longer years one that I have, taking those off, it would drop my credit history. As of right now, my credit history is 4 years, 6 months, because I have maybe 4 or 5 new credit cards from last year. So it dropped the years of credit card that I have. I have 2, 3 credit cards. I have had it for over 8 years. But because I have newer card mixed in, they will total everything up and divide that by the credit card I have. So that one is a medium impact in your credit score. So it's important to improve your age of credit history over time by keeping your accounts open and good standards. Don't just open it and mess it up. Make sure you have your credit card in good standards. So the average age of your credit card, the many years you have your credit card, is also important, but it's not as high as the payment history, keeping your credit usage in a healthy range, so keep that in mind. Having credit collection, agency, that's high. Payment history, that's high. Healthy range, that's high. Average age is medium impact. So that's all right. Now, like, I'm sharing some of my personal information, but it's okay. All right. So I'm going to go to Credit Karma right now for my overall, over the years that I have spent in America, I have a total amount of credit card 26 altogether. But right now I have 12 of the credit card closed, and I have 14 credit cards open. I thought I had 13, but I guess I was wrong. I have 14 left, and I didn't have all 26 at the same time. I think some of them overlap, but overall, no, I had 26, and I didn't have the 26 together. So but that one, the amount of credit cards that you have, it has low impact on your credit score. So you always need to do a good job in keeping your credit card. Mrs. Wow. I did not even know I had that many credit cards. That is like crazy. Hey, Medijuma said, I can't say, I don't answer me trio. And I had to cut some stuff down, but I made a mistake in closing some of the accounts because the many years that I have had, I thought, oh, I didn't care because I wasn't learning the important stuff. But then once I became aware, like, downloading the apps, because a lot of banks and credit card companies, when you download their apps, they give you all this information. So you have to read. You have to read everything that your bank provides for you, because truly it is really helpful. Sister Missy Amako said auto payment on credit cards is great. Most definitely. I mean, like, once I started doing that, like, I don't have to worry about late payment. Like, one of the credit card that I said that I don't have auto pay and I pay on time. This July, I missed the due date and I thought I paid. It's like first of every month. I seriously thought that I paid because I remember going on it, but I ended up paying a different one, and I was like, what happened? And I realized that, like, me and my nosy, I took the phone, I opened the app to pay, but I did not finish it through because I saw notification on Facebook and I went into that to watch it. And then I forgot that I did not pay. So yesterday I was sitting here working and Best Buy sent me a notification that I have a overdue amount. They're waiting for my payment. And I was like, what are these people talking about? So I'm going to get my confirmation and I don't see a picture of them because whenever I pay for it, I will snapshot the confirmation number. I didn't have that. And I was like, holy cow, macaroni cheese. So I went and paid for it. But because my payment history, I have never been late of payment to Best Buy, because that has never happened. What they did not put any finance charge on my balance. They sent me 2 notifications. The second one, I happened to have my phone in my hand and it popped up and I went in there. So the fact that the second notification, I went and paid, they did not put any finance charges on it. And that's what happens when you build a good credit standards. It helps you because your credit card company, the consumers, they trust the customers. They know, say, oh, this person always pay. Something must have happened. And because we have korokoro going on, we have some credit card companies that are more considerate, but some of them, they don't care with korokoro going on. If you don't pay, they still put in their 35. So, like, they saved me. So I'm going to, like, share some of my personal stuff. Like, for me, collection is 0, public records is 0. So I'm in the green. Yes. That's like awesome. And then my on-time payment, and they tell me when you go to credit card, when you have the Credit Karma app, it tells you when you miss a payment. Okay, overall, on a time payment, I have 99%, and out of the 1% that I lost, overall I made 500 payments, right? But the total payments is 501. When I I leased my car after the other one got totaled by an older person. I thought I set auto pay, and the dealership did not, because I already had an account with them. So I didn't realize I have to come and do it manually again. So I thought it was taken out, not knowing that because I did not went to change the account number, the new account number, it did not roll over. So I missed the payment, and that showed in here that I missed the payment, and I was kicking myself back. I'm good with 99. I make sure, and that's through auto pay. So make sure you set your payment on auto pay. It's like awesome. Like right now, I'm between the lime green for total balance with my the healthy range of using my credit card. So high impact, I am so big on that. Oh Lord. And then even though I closed like 12 account, it's still like not, it's low impact. It's okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay, so Sister Missy, like you said, wow, when you will be they were passing 30 altogether, and I mean 20 cents per now. Say hi. My dear Stin, then hi. Sometimes I forget until later I see that 35 late fee. Hey, my dear, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't like to use technology. They don't want to set up like auto pay, but I kid you not, setting up for auto pay, your life will be much easier. Just make sure, and it's helpful because like, okay, I want to put $50 in this account. I want to put $25 in this account. I want to pay $100 into this account. I want to pay $10 into this account. You are in control of that because you tell your creditors, the lenders, that this is the amount you can pay, so they can take that amount every month. Set up auto pay because your life will be much easier. You're going to be relieved of late fees because those late fees, it adds up. And some people may think, oh, $35 is nothing. It adds up because every month, even if you're not paying $35 on multiple credit card within a month, and you paying late fee every month, right? Can you imagine how much money you're paying? You're paying a lot of money. And that money, you can use that money to go into, to pay something, to save it, to invest it. So we have to like make sure that most of the time we're not wasting money away, because every month, $35 within the 12 months, you have paid $420. $420 within the year for free. Those people did not work for you. So why are you spending $420 a month to give to the credit card company, the banks? What? Can you imagine if you put that $420 in your piggy bank, okay? And then let's just say you are somebody who do not like to learn, right? 420 times 12 years, right? Times 12. Every year you spend 420, right? And then another year, 12 more years. The amount that you have paid to the credit card company, the banks, is $5,040. Have you been able to save that amount of money for yourself? No. Because even if you have tried to, you're going to spend that money for something else, to buy clothing, accessories, shoes, you want to get a BMW car, even though you know you cannot afford it and all that, right? That is a lot of money. So every little money counts. Even when you giving, like, there are some credit card companies, when you call them, they tell you straight up, if you want to pay your bill through customer service with a person, they will charge you $10, right? They will charge you $10. But if you want the machine to help you, that's $0. Zero, 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 zero. You don't pay a penny. I'm not going to pay $10 just to have another person help me. And it's even easier to deal with a machine than dealing with some people. So of course not. Who'll be dumb enough to do that? But some people, they'll be like, oh, they will go with that because the thing said $10 is nothing. $10 every month times 12 is $120. $120. That can get me a month of Juice Plus, all the 4 capsules, and then I'll save $15 in my pocket. I am not that stupid to do that. So, my dear, make sure you set up for auto pay. It might be hard for some people, but it is a good relief. It's a stress-free. You don't have to worry about late fees. No more. Done. Sister Missy said you need to set up auto pay. I'm telling you, she's right. Auto pay is awesome. Yes, I will do auto payments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is awesome. You have to, because a lot of times we don't think far ahead, or we just spend the money, because when we have money in our account, what do you end up doing? Because you see so much money in there. Yesterday when we were doing program with Sister Ma with Mubadana, and she got money in her account, come and see her face. Yeah. Like it was like she was so excited. But that money, it has a lot of things to do, because if you have money in your account and you spending it without putting more in it, it's going to decrease. It's not going to add up. So make sure you set up your auto payment on a monthly basis according to what you can afford. And then with your smaller debt, make sure you set it up in a way you paid it off. Like for me, some of the ways that I was able to maintain and build up my credit score was because, like, if I pay all the smaller debt and I'm done, I will add that extra money. Like if I'm paying $40 and I'm no longer paying, I will add that $40 into the next smaller debt. So if the next one I was paying 30, now it's add up to 70. So that $40 is not going in my account. It's going into another payment. And then once I finish paying that, I have $70 to put into the next one. So like that's how I did it, step by step. And if the other one I was paying $50, right? And I add the $70 on it, every month I'm paying what? $120. So $120, it will help me pay it off extra, right? And then if I'm paying $70 in the other one and I'm done paying the one that I'm paying $120 and I add the $70 on it, I'm paying $190. So that's going to help me get rid of that and push forward. So I'm just doing what? It's like recycling. You're not like, I'm not taking any extra money anywhere. I'm using the same amount of money that I have been using, but I'm doing it in a strategic, smart way. Whereas before I wasn't doing that. Once I get rid of this one, I'm like, ooh, I have $40 extra. Let's go shopping. I have 50 extra. No, I will add it on. There was one credit card that I ended up I ended up doing paying $350, and it was all from other payments that I have finished paid off. All the extra money, all the money that I was using to pay other bills that I'm done paying for it, I added it up. I added up to the active one that I'm still paying. So even though I'm using the same amount of money, I have managed to pay off some of my debt. And now I have also find a creative, easier way to pay off the other debt quicker than later. So you always have to like add things up. You cannot, once you finish paying for this, don't use that money for unnecessary stuff. Add it to the ones that you still paying. Don't do that. Like, be smart about it, because let me tell you, in America, banks and credit card company, they love to give their card, approve it for minorities, because they know, say, people who are middle class, barely, and also barely, like, getting by, living on paycheck to paycheck. They give them credit cards, they approve it, because even sometimes they started off with $500. For somebody who don't make a lot of money, they're gonna take it. And the $500, you spend all the $500 because you need to buy extra food, and you won't be able to pay the $500. By the time you're done paying for that $500 on minimum payment, you will pay double to triple that amount that you spend. So 500, you may end up paying $1,000 or $1,500. So the credit card company or the bank will make more money out of you. That's why they tend to approve for minorities, because everybody have to find ways to make money, and some of us, we make it easier for them to do that. So we have to outsmart them. You have to do that. And every little, like when you have information, share. You can't just keep it to yourself, because you have to help yourself, your loved ones, friends, family, people that you care for, and people that supports you. Share that. And it's not easy. So like earlier I said, over 10 years ago, I was living paycheck to paycheck. It was not easy. I was overwhelmed with credit card. I share with you guys, in total, I had 26 credit card. I didn't have all 26 at the same time. That, like, I would close one and open another one some months later. And I didn't even think about the finance charges on it. But now, if I applying for credit card, I don't need any credit card, because I'm good with the 14 open ones, and they are all in good standards. Like, so I'm fine with it. My husband is doing the same thing. Him also, before he wasn't looking, but my husband don't have 14. He has like 3, 4. But for me, I think I'm ahead of all the family members. So, before I wasn't looking. So before you apply for credit card, make sure you're applying for the credit card that you can afford, that you need. There are, like, type of credit cards. Let me finish this before I go to type of credit cards. Living from paycheck to paycheck. So what I did, I balanced out my spending. I made myself aware of how much money is going into payment within a week, how many payments that I need to make. So what I do, one thing I did was to call all my credit card companies. I total up the amount that I had to pay. Like this week, if I can afford to pay $500 or up to $1,000 in a week, like I wanted some of my credit card to be the first week, second week, third week, or fourth week. So the way I set up my credit card, that helped me manage it with auto pay. So I get paid every other week. The week that I get paid, most of my bills will get paid. The week that I don't get no check, I pay one or two bills. But those bills, it does not amount to more than $200. So you have to make a list of your payment. What day of the month? Is it the first week or what week? Is it the first week, second week, third week, or the last week? Balance them out. Figure out what works best for you. And then you set it up. You talk to the credit card company, the bank, they will work with you. And you let them know this is the amount that you'll be able to pay. So once you pay off one of them, add that money to the next one and you climb yourself up. Because when we climb in the steps, we don't climb from top down. You start from bottom, the base, and then you climb on up. So that will help. And then also just challenge yourself. Out of all the bills that you pay, where can you get extra money to save it in your checking or your savings? Most people prefer putting in their savings. So that is helpful because with our checking account, we tend to go in a lot. And sometimes when you see extra money, you most likely end up using it. So open up a saving account. If you can afford to open up a saving account, just keep your checking account, but make sure that you don't overspend the amount that you have. Like with my workplace, I have two accounts, my checking account, which have 90%, 95% of the amount I get paid go in the checking, and I have 5% of amount going in my savings. So that savings, like before my payment comes into my checking, the extra money is already put in my savings. So that savings I don't touch. And it's in a different bank. I don't have both in the same bank because if I have in the same bank and I go there to withdraw money, I will most likely be tempted to like withdraw some extra money that I save. So I have it at a different bank. I have savings in a different bank and checking in another. I don't have both in one. And then another thing that I did to prevent myself from living I'm still like getting paycheck to paycheck, but it didn't feel like that no more because I was able to save money. I was able to find better ways to pay my bills, auto pay. So I wasn't paying no late fee. Those extra money was put elsewhere. Even if you want to put $35 in your account from every paycheck, right? If you get paid, um, if you get paid weekly, bi-weekly or monthly, and you have one late paycheck, right? I already added up within 12 months. That's like what, 420. And then within 12 years, like you spend 5,040 and you give it out for free. When you put it together, it's a whole lot of money. But when you losing it little by little, it doesn't make anything. Another thing that I started doing, I started investing money into other things. Like you remember earlier, I was talking about every year in US we file for income tax, and then when you apply for a job, they give you a tax exempt card. For me, I claim zero. I put married, but claim zero. The reason why I do that, they will take more money out of it. The fact that I'm married, they will take a lot more, but it's not going to be extreme. But claiming zero, that also will like boost it up a little bit. And then I have payroll taking $30 extra money, my own money, to put into my federal tax, income tax, and then $20 to put into my state tax. So that's my own money. After they take out the tax, I'm also asking payroll to put that extra money on the side for me until the end of the year. So the end of the year, when I file for income tax, whatever little money I'll get from the government, that $50 every paycheck that I put aside, it comes back to me at the end of the year, because that's my money that I chose to put aside. You see? So if I file for income tax and I don't get money, the fact that I save some money on the side, I will get that money back, because that money is mine. It's not the government's. So like, I'm saving $100 every month, right? So within the year, no, that's going to be what? That's going to be 1,200. So I'm definitely getting my 1,200 back. Even if I own the government, that money is still mine. They cannot take that away from me. Sister Missy Amwako said, and canceling a credit card takes points from your credit score. Most definitely. That's when you close your account. Yeah, it brings down your credit score. Most certainly. That's why it's good to keep your credit card. Just don't open up new accounts, new credit cards when you don't need to. Because some people, they just open up because they have overspent the ones that they have. No, take good care of your credit card, because fast forward in the future, you will need that to purchase a house, to do business, to do business and stuff. And when you want school loan, all that is going to come back. So when you have credit card, make sure you keep it in the good standards. Sister Missy, thank you. It will save you money from the extra interest charges. Yes. So just be mindful of that. And then another thing that I did was that, like, when you have, I look at some of my expenses and I have to cut some of them down, like eating outside, because sometimes, you go to work, you spend up to $10 a day. You work 5 days a week, and you spending up to $10 within the week. You spend $50 every week if you work 5 days a week. $50 every week. So a month, that's equivalent to what? $200 a month. If you are someone who buys food outside when you go to work, you're spending too much money. Whereas out of that $200, you can spend $50 to go to the grocery store, supermarket, get some chicken, get some things that you like, and cook for yourself. Put some of the leftover food in the refrigerator, and then you make a bowl to take to work. Cooking, and you can have preheated food if you would like, but when you cook your own food, you save a lot of extra money, most definitely. So you have $200 a month. Over the year, how much you have? 12 times 2, that's 24, right? So that's $2,400, $2,400 a year. If you are someone who constantly buying food up to $10, because some of them they buy it's more than $10. I'm just giving the average. That's a lot of money, a whole lot of money that some of us don't even think about it. So I started cooking, taking food from home to go to work. So that saved me extra money. Hey, Sister Amma Manson. I'm telling you, Sister Amma Manson said we must guard our credit scores aggressively. Oh, yes. And I did that aggressively. That's the word. I love that word. I did that, sister. I attack it from left, right, bottom, top, seriously, because I wanted to get my credit score back up. 2017, when I had the accident, my credit score was excellent. I was so super excited. I spoke to Kay about it, and I let Kay know, and Kay was like, that's good. Adwoa, you did a good job. He like gave me props and everything. I had the accident. I went to the emergency to get checked because my back, I was having spasm and stuff. One of the bill was $66 and change. The other one was $107. And the biggest amount was over $200. And I have insurance, so the Beeline buses have to take that expenses. My credit card, my insurance card had nothing to do with it because they did not cause the accident. So I had a lawyer who sent them the bill, and for some reason they did not pay the bill the time that they were supposed to pay, the time frame that they were supposed to pay. So what the hospital did was that they gave the balance of the money that the bus company supposed to pay them to collectors. You remember when I spoke earlier about collectors? It has a high impact. And because of less than $500 in total money that I own, my credit score dropped from excellent all the way to fair. I was pissed as hell because I worked so hard, aggressively, as Sister Amma said, to get to excellent. And everything that I didn't cause the accident. I was minding myself. Now it has impacted my credit score because some people did not pay the bill that they're supposed to pay. And then once they sent the bill, the hospital still did not call the debt collectors to stop harassing me. I was getting phone calls in the middle of the night. It was crazy. And I was like, why? I had to send a copy of the receipt to the hospital. I called the hospital. They were like, oh, it's not from us. We already called them. I was like, hold on a minute. I am not an idiot, because the amount that it says on my credit score is the same amount I owed you guys. So somebody working in that department did not do their job. And I told, sometimes you have to threaten them. I told them that if they did not take it off, they did not call the debt collectors to stop, to let them know it has been paid, for them to take it off my record, to take it off, I am going to sue them because they don't have and the lady was like, well, it's not from us, it's the collectors doing their own thing. I was like, I don't care, because the collectors did not get that information out of the sky. You guys call them for it, even though the check has been sent to you guys. So the hospital caused all this chaos and the craziness, and I ended up having to pay for it. And because I had an accident which I did not cause, I had to aggressively fought again and worked my butt off to get my credit score back up again. It's just last week that I'm able to get back to excellent. It took me a while, but I made it there. And it's all because of a situation that happened, and some people did not do their job diligently. Me, the innocent one, ended up having to pay for this foolishness. I was really pissed because I did so much. So those of you who always rushing out of the house, going to work and buying food outside is costly. Cut it down. You cut it down, you're not going to live paycheck to paycheck because you're going to be able to pay your bills, save some extra money, and be able to not have to wait for your next paycheck before you be able to function. It's little things that we do that will prevent us from living paycheck to paycheck. I was not getting no extra money. I was getting the same amount of money, but I just need to use some general tips and strategize certain things, how I pay my bills, how to spend money. Instead of spending 200 a month, I was spending $50 or maybe a little bit extra, but less than $200 to cook and bring food home, food to work, and do other stuff, right? Bringing snacks, sometimes eating snack in between. Now with Juice Plus, like they have Nutri bars that you can use. You can use in between. So like when you spend money with Juice Plus, you investing because you're not only living healthy, you also shopping smart. You using you managing your money. You are being productive in every possible way. So like type of when we talk about type of credit cards, there are so many different types. We have the insecure credit card. The insecure credit card is the most common credit type of credit card, typically meant for people with fair to excellent card. So from people who have fair credit score, they can apply for the insecure credit card. And then they have and you can get all this information from Google. uh, you can get any information that you seek for. They have secure credit card, and with secure credit card, typically it requires a cash security deposit. I applied for one of them. At the time, I didn't know about that. I did not know that there was different kinds of credit card because I thought any credit card was any credit card. I applied for American Express, and American Express card, most of them are secure credit cards. So they will ask you to put money in it. So you build your credit through that deposit, right? I didn't know that. I applied for one, they approved for me. And then the next month, they sent me a bill. And I was like, hold up. I did not use your card, so I ain't paying for you know what. And the lady was like, no, like you apply for this, you have to pay. I was like, lady, you need to cancel this card because no money is coming from my pocket because I did not use the card. So we went back and forth and stuff. And, sure enough, she canceled it because I gave them hell. They were like, well, you have to pay for it because we already sent out. I was like, listen, I applied for it. You can't force me to continue to use the card. Cancel the damn card. I do not want the card. You hear me? I don't, because it was not explained to me this, even though I did not acquire that knowledge. I have to use aggressive, like pretend like I didn't know. And I did not know, not pretend, act like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. It was not explained to me this way. When I applied for it, I'm thinking it's regular credit card. I didn't even know the regular credit card is unsecure credit card. I didn't know it was known as unsecure credit card, the common, ones. But then the secure one, you have to put money into it, which may serve as the cardholder's credit limit. So the amount you put in the secure amount you put in it, that will be your credit limit. So if you put $50, that card only have $50 in it. Hi, some people are smart. Oh, they're smart. So whatever amount you put, that's what you get. Typically for people with no credit or those whose credit needs work. So if you have messed up your credit card, if you don't have any credit card, because it will be hard for any lenders to give you credit card because they don't have any history of you having credit card. My baby sister, Crisscross, she has to like start with secure credit card. And now, people are like, they send in her like application. She be like, listen, when I needed it, you guys did not give me. She's able to build her secure credit card. And now like she has enough money in it that she can do a lot with it. And she took her time to do so. And that's how some of us do not know. They have a balance transfer credit card. The balance transfer credit card. And as I said, go to Google, put in or punch in types of credit card, and you will learn all this. Balance transfer credit card. That's what I did to get out of debt. You apply for that. That credit card will pay off, some of the debt that you have incurred in another credit card, and then you pay them back. They give you a promotional period that you're going to pay them back off. That's what I spoke earlier. I love balance transfer credit card. I have maybe 5 to 6 of balance transfer card. Shoot, I stupid. I have to go. But like when you Google it, this is what it says. Balance transfer credit card allows users to transfer their credit card balance to a new card, usually to save money on interest. So if you don't want to pay interest now, you apply for that, you have them transfer that money to pay it off. Typically, the new card has a 0% introductory annual percentage rate APR for a specific period. So I love me balance transfer card. Once I learned it, I was like, oh, I'm in love with this credit card. I'm not going anywhere. This is information which costs money. Thanks for sharing, sis. You're very welcome, my dear. And then they have travel rewards credit card. Now, if you are someone who loves to travel, who loves to travel, get this transfer reward credit card and get hold of Sister Amma Manson. You're going to save a lot of money between the two. Charlie, travel rewards card. So this card offers miles of points that can be redeemed for travel related purchases such as airfare and hotels. You hear that? Sister Mamanson, she does all that. She can, it don't matter if you're in Germany, you are across Europe country, she will still be able to get you a fair deal. And then to have the travel rewards credit card, getting points. Charlie, you can't have it. Like, I'm telling you, before you apply for credit card, make sure you benefit out of it. Don't just be those people like who will just go and do whatever. My gosh, like, no, do what you can. Okay. Now they have gas rewards credit card. The day that I learned they have gas reward credit card, I was like, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I love it. What? So if you love traveling, get in touch with Sister Amma Manson, okay? She will help you, and you know you will come back every year. So the gas reward card, a credit card, gives cash back for payment at the pump. Each time you get gas, you put gas in your car, you get rewards back. I mean, what best can it get? Charlie, you have to save little money here, little money there. That would take you off living paycheck to paycheck. You getting the same amount of money check every week, every bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, every month, but you still be able to save money, do the things that you want to do, and limit unnecessary expenses. That's how you remove yourself from living on paycheck to paycheck. Number 6, cashback reward cards, cashback rewards credit card. I got me 4 of those. Bam! Charlie. I have the travel I have the travel rewards card. I have one of I only have one of that, because by the time I realized all this, I already have too much credit cards, so I had to like slow down. And when you add more, remember your um credit your history age, your credit history age, like it lowers it, but that's medium impact, so sometimes you can take risk. So the cashback reward cards credit card, it offers a percentage of cash back on eligible purchases. So like when you go to the store, the grocery store, the clothing store, anytime you purchase something, you will earn some money back. And I love to earn money back. If I'm using a credit card and I'm going to get extra money back, 5% up to 10%, I'm good with that, because every little teeny tiny bit helps. And then number 7, student credit card. Now the student credit card is for teenagers, the youth, who does not, have credit card. For the starters, if you don't have credit card, it says that starter card that can be a good first credit card option generally comes with a small credit limit. The reason why is like they limit it because they want to make sure for somebody who has never had a credit card. And you can have adults. Some adults goes to college, they go to school, they're student, they can get it, and it gives you a limit. They make sure that they don't give you too much as a student to misspend or misuse the credit card. So like, they have restrictions, which is good, but it will still help you build up your credit card. And then they have number 8 is this is 9 tips. Sometimes they have 10 tips, 15 tips. I just went for the 9 because I didn't want to like put too much out. And then number 8, you have 0% intro APR credit card. That allows you to pay no interest on purchases and or balance transfer for a certain period. I have me 3 of those cards. Like when you put yourself in the hole, you need to find ways to dig yourself out of the hole without putting yourself deeper. Yeah, I had to be smart with that. I'm telling you. You see, Sister Amma has put up, I'm a man saying that Intel travel that UK. Okay. Hey, and then we have our Sister Missy. I told you when I come live, please put up your business, the yam, because that yam is like yummy, 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 yummy. I love it. You're doing business with oh my gosh. So I'm a mention that Intel Travel .uk. Don't make mistake of that. Or I'm a mention is together dot. Intel Travel is together .uk. Look at it well. Put it in a book, exercise book or a journal, whatsoever, whereas you don't lose it. Okay, awesome. And then number 9 of the 9 types of credit cards that one can look at is retail card. Retail card. I have a few of those. I think say Best Buy. Best Buy, I have 2 in 1. I have the money back plus it's a retail. So you earn points to services or products that you buy from a particular retailer. For example, a warehouse, club, department stores, or gas station. So, I have a couple of those cards. I mean, you have to find ways and means to always like, oh, wow. And Sister Amma says, like, you can book for your own self, you can book for your own self. Once you put in her website, you will be able to book a flight for your own self. And that's awesome. I mean, you have control of everything. Charlie, like a lot of things that we don't think about, but it's helpful. Those retail costs are little if you don't have discipline. Most certainly, most certainly, because they give you the cash back, the money back, and then they give you a promotion. Like what some of us don't realize, if you purchase something that is big amount that you spend, make sure you finish paying for it before you go for a new things, because if you shopping overlapping, those money is gonna add up, and before you know it, you have create yourself, more debt. You put yourself in situations. So I have learned to like really manage my money. I manage my money like I'm like when it comes to that, I'm obsessed with that aggressively. Like I pay attention to all my spending, where the money is going into, where the money is coming from, where I can save extra money, where I can, just misspend money. Like if I want to spoil myself, can I afford to spoil myself? So you have to look into all that. Now, Saturdays I come on twice. In the morning, 8 o'clock. Today I came later because I have a setback. And then, I'm managing my time now. I don't want to, before I would do 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, just give me the camera. I will sit and talk and talk and talk. But like, sometimes, when you having in discussion, and it could be longer, but as long as the quality of the information being given is worth it, it don't matter how long it is. But some of them is good for you to not do it too long. This one is definitely one of them. Money management, if there is some areas that I did not talk about, you guys keep on commenting and bring it up. I can come back and we will continue from there. But we need to be aware of our spending and getting ourselves from living on paycheck to paycheck. Even the little money that you get, when you are able to cut down some of your expenses, unnecessary expenses, cooking for yourself, making sure, like, recycling. Some people do not like to wear the same clothes, over, because they feel like they need to represent and carry themselves certain way. For me, It don't matter. Like, I wear what I'm comfortable with. If the clothes is not torn and it's decent enough, I will wear it over, because I know the things that my money is doing. I have two life insurance. Our kids have life insurance each. They have their own. I'm able to pay into my two life insurance. I'm also investing in with three different companies. And I'm fine. I'm managing, I'm paying my bills. Like the new job that I have, I'm earning more than the one before. So I have extra money coming from there, but the extra money coming from there, I'm not misspending it, I'm not misusing it. I treat myself every now and then, when I feel like I need to spoil myself. When you have credit card, when you have credit card and not learn to use it wisely. Don't just use it to buy things because you have money in it. No, buy things that you literally truly truly need. Try to bring down your debt. Download Credit Karma, and it's free. You don't pay nothing. They will, like, for me, I have it. You see, I have Credit Karma. I have Credit Karma. Like, I will go on it and I set it up I'll make sure that I don't have any cut on my thumb, because that's how I set it up to get in there. Next time I'll change it to something else. Okay, so like it brings me in. You see, it brings me in. And then once you go in, it says, see my relief roadmap. So if I want to see that, it's fine. It gives me TransUnion. Right now, as of July 1st, I went up to excellent. And then Equifax also as of July 11th, for both of them, Equifax and TransUnion, they both went excellent. There was a point that Equifax, they have me in good, and then TransUnion have me in excellent. So the two of them was never the same. But for some funny reason, today is the 11th, right? Yes, today is the 11th. They both have the same amount. I sat at 6 something for a long time because of some people incompetency. But today I'm looking at excellent and I'm like loving it. Credit score goes up to 850 or maybe more. I'm not there yet, but I made it to excellent. And that's where I love it to be. And then, like, when you go to Credit Karma, it has credit, and then it has accounts, it has cards, and it has loans, auto, homes, tax. It gives you different options. Hold on a minute. I need to, Sister Amma, did you send me, hold on. Do you want me to play what you sent me? Let me know if you want me to play what you sent me or you want me to listen to it later. Sister Amma says, it is a case of priority placement, sis. That's very true. Some millionaires wear that are closed. Yes, you're right. Because, like, for most of us who don't have that much money to spend, most of us wants us to wear designer clothes and, designer everything. Whereas millionaires, billionaires, they wearing regular white t-shirt and sneakers. Like, some of them, they have, like, just regular scotches, like balance sneakers. They don't wear the expensive stuff because they invest in their money for future usage. When you get extra money, use it for something productive. Stop like dressing yourself, because when you die, nothing is going with you. So this time, let me know. Do you want me to play your voice note, or like you want me to listen to it afterwards? So as always, before I leave, I need to like boogie small small. Boogie small small. Ah, Erade. Juice plus, oh, juice plus. Juice plus would be like, those so like when it comes to the retails credit card and not like, you have to learn to discipline yourself, making sure that you don't spend more than you cannot afford, because when you do that, you digging yourself in a hole. So let me go. I'm going to go to Kwabra adult music, and then Kofinti and Ofurampons and Rokia. Rokia was my favorite. And no, I'm sure said me year program ni me bed me to know, but me okay, me be now say me program no into no free so my free so it's okay. But you see the idea. My program never enough and me cleaning my glasses. I should be wearing the glasses in the first place. This is time I did a website in the tool. So now me yesterday and me put the words together. Hey, ask someone. And like the me pese like what I want to leave with us, and they say this time I'm in shame na se kra wa say money management is important for us to have or build collective conscience and have education, acquire knowledge about it in order for us to make best decision. And when you want credit card, it's not good to applying for multiple credit card, because applying for multiple credit cards can affect the age of your credit history with medium impact, which I spoke about. Payment history and derogatory marks, credit cards, credit and utilization all have a higher impact. I'm up at already. What the hell? Some more. Into payment history, having derogatory marks, credit and utilization of your card, it put a high impact on your credit card. So we have to be very mindful when I'm going through financial hard times and that. Yes, I use my calculator a lot to make sure that I don't put myself in a whole lot of troubles, because every expenses that I use or spend counts. I need to make sure that I'm not digging my early grave or my own grave. So we have to be mindful. We have to do better with financial management. Money management is really important. So yenko like sister ama wa sha say we na to painting me so me be me dear. Juice plus, oh, juice plus. I thank each and every one of you, those who share the program. If you came on it and I did not acknowledge you, I apologize. I was not watching myself, so I wasn't able to see those who came on. Middle Michocho Muncho ba Ope Chiami Eji one, no size. Saying his name Grandpa will give me goosebumps and make me feel different. You see my smile in my face. You see the smile in my face. My bro for credit change here because me pony dino. Abua family me who menye. Sister, my beautiful sister, Crown Team Denise, how are you? Hey, brother Abdul Zirko, who wacho apomu saying, me mamunya na makwaba, making sure, like, I think said me, you free honum no, omo bass, no, I did it. Mini abe my brother, Sky PM Asante, thank you for always sharing my program. Let me see. Oh, sometimes, they say, you maybe say, what do you were saying, well, you would do, when yeah, me pan pass or one to say, me, direct, the app, na me day, na me share with one, my shed, adore and so I'm so my baby sister Crisscross will always like sometimes I'll be talking to her and then I'll be like, you know what, I'm doing this Saturday, and she'll be like, whatever your heart tells you, you just do it. So she is one of my uh motivational loved ones. And then hubby, like, for him to give me time to like talk, I mean, I love him for that. Mhm. I love the support. Anyway, me da obia se ma mo wudi my acknowledge one patch of am born chene ebia man into na ma mo wudi. And I love each and every one of you the same. So basu no one ka hello a me hu into family born in Chennai. Next time now, make sure I'll bring the extra other electronic and watch myself. So when you pop up, I'll be able to acknowledge you as well. Sister Missy, Sister Amamansi, Madam Asipani, contribution, brother Stin being make sure you set up auto pay for your bills because the auto payment is awesome, and most of you do that. When you have credit card, please be mindful to use them wisely. Don't misuse them because it will come back to bite you in the behind, and your credit score is good. Credit Karma, you don't pay nothing. It's zero cost, and it gives you so much information. It can even help you, like if you want to like get a loan, that's if you have good credit, to pay off some bills that you're struggling with without having to close it. So you get a lot of information with that. It took me a while to do it, but once I did it, I realized that's good. So if go to your app and download Credit Karma, set it up in a way that your password you put it somewhere, or you use your pinky, your pointing finger, your thumb, your toe, wherever you want to use your voice. Yeah, just make sure when you catch a cold and you lose your voice, then you say it and it's not going to give you an access. So you do something, use something that you'll be able to get access. Can you imagine you're trying to get into your account and you lost your voice, you can't speak? It has happened to me many times. So I'm done with the voice, no, the voice password, no. Then now I'm going, it says, I'm sorry, I do not recognize that voice. And I was like, oh my gosh. All right, so let's play more um, adult music. Let's go to adult music. Mhm. One love, guys. Take care of yourself. I'm pressing the wrong one.
Adult music. That's all.
If I'm a choke, hey, I almost forgot. At 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. And brother Deepan, I hope say you will come or you will come. 3 p.m. Time with Sopho Samuel Okoso and marriage lesson 3. Today we're going to talk about duties and responsibilities of a husband. And also last week Saturday, Osofo Samuel Okoso asked for supporters, for followers, for anyone to come with their marriage questions, or scriptures from the Bible. So don't miss it, okay? See you later on this afternoon. Now let's go back to music.
Le maçon.
Odo Odo. You bring me a day, and then you make me do the dear groovy. Woman, time I came, time I do a plan. The following Japanese. I give you a name, I would just say, go in and I couldn't read the
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Baba said, digital social, I'm making good to know more. You can't not be breaking. The best last Oh baby, we find me about different plans. You will pop in on this mess. I want to massage you from top to bottom. You take you with me, over the game where you sit
And that was soon. May reminding the past and the real Finny Bible. No, where the uncle back at me. He's almost at me. Midinyami Jamuna. One love always. I love you guys all in the same. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Bye. My God, your love. One love. That was fun. That was my cardio.